Let's meet your home team.
This season just getting going. And still, how quickly, Greg, can teams gel together and become one?
It really depends on the makeup of your team. How many new guys are on the roster? The style of play. Do the new additions have any previous chemistry with some of your players?
Now the starting group for the visitors. You've got Thompson, and it's Holt in at the 2. David. Off target with his 3. Now Thompson. Here's Gray. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
Fires the 3. No good that time. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Thompson passes to Rosario. They set the pick. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Well, defensively, you've got to put a body on him. That guy will ruin you on the offensive glass.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Back to Thompson. Here's Gray. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Puts up a 3. No good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Aguilar, no good with the layup.
Well, the defense did just enough to force that miss because he is a good finisher.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. 4 on the shot clock. There's the 3. No good that time.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Here's Thompson. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
Nothing will drive your coach crazier than what you just saw. Lack of focus, lack of effort.
The 3 drops in the tray. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Well, the defense needs to be better there. They gave way too much space.
The tray. It's good from long range. Gray's got 5 now.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Beyond the arc. Hands it from downtown.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Well, he just looks so confident right there, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Here's Holt. Off target from three-point range. 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. To the inside. .141 left here in the first quarter. That puts them in the lead. He's got 6.
And we're playing about as much defense as they did there. Not nearly enough.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Tremendous poise on the offensive end. Overall, they did not settle for bad shots.
Well, I just thought they had the tempo exactly where they wanted it. To me, that was the difference in the game.
this chance, let's show you the league's most intimidating shot blocking defenses from last season.
A big part of their defense really revolved around their ability to block shots at the rim. It's so valuable to have that kind of backline protection. Allows you to be aggressive on the perimeter.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Three-pointer. And that one is off. Gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Out to the wing. Jacks up a three. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Shoots it up. That's another miss. Number 4. He's 2 for 6 shooting.
Well, fortunately, as he searches for his scoring rhythm, they still have the lead for now.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. 20 seconds left to play here in the first. To the wing on the left.
Kick it out.
Just 4 to shoot. Floats one up. That one's not going to go. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. They're up by 1. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
When you spread the floor and force defenses to close out to the three-point line, it's going to create driving lanes.
So with Thompson sitting on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Lets it go with a 3. They set the pick. Lets it fly. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Oh, what a steady presence offensively and a very difficult player to game plan for.
To the right side. From the arc. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And his first shot of the game, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. That one good for 2. Mendoza's got his first basket of the night.
And that is a high-quality shot. You will take it every time from that close.
Inside. Shoots a fader. At this time, his first miss in 3 attempts from the field. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. To the middle. Denied for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 3. Gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. A 3-pointer off the mark. Gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Out left to the wing. Corner shot. That one doesn't go.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
Here's Mendoza. And when it comes to team building, GA, there's been a debate about whether the 2-star or 3-star approach is more effective.
Kevin, for me, I think it comes down to fit more than anything. It doesn't matter how many stars you have if they don't mesh. And if they're not comfortable in the role that's carved out for them on that respective team.
And it's in there.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. This one for 3. Good D by Thompson. Gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Lets the 3 fly. No good. Shot missing. Gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. They set the pick. Puts up a deep 3. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's turned over. On Sunday,
checking in for the away team, number 2, Jeremiah Gray.
Gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Releases. That one doesn't drop. Just 29% in the second quarter. The offense is suffering. Offensive rebound, Aguilar, and it's all evened up.
Everybody appreciates that extra effort on the glass.
1:10 left to play here in the second quarter. Pulls up. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. Gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Gray dishes to Thompson. A step back shot here. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. They need this one. That shot no good.
Yeah, another miss from downtown this quarter after being hot in the first.
Here's Aguilar. Banked in off the glass.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
looking to get it going. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Up 2. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
Billy Donovan here with us now, and Coach, your team finishing the first half in impressive fashion. What's working for you out there?
Yeah, well, I think we got some stops. We played good defense, allowed us to get out in transition. That was helpful. So just got to keep grinding away.
Defense has been their anchor so far. We'll see if they can keep it up, guys.
All right, Allie, thank you for that interview. And we'll be back with more basketball in just a moment.
Get ready for the fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention to center court. Drums. They're thinking about the shot.
If I could highlight one area where they should spend more time, actually it's already painted. Get into the post, take easier shots.
Sounds like sound advice, especially if they had Shaq on the finishing end. Next on the docket, power rankings. Fellas, let's see which teams are jostling for those top spots.
You take a look at the home team, they're still trying to find their direction. A little too inconsistent for me, and that's why they're not ranked that high.
Yeah, we've seen glimpses from them. The consistency hasn't been there, but we're just getting started. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
Halfway through this one, plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Being a ghastly 26% from the field, their offensive game looking completely out of whack. Shoots the 3. Good on the triple.
Well, the defense was a little soft right there, and it made it a practice shot.
Under 40% all in all for the game. We've got Thompson, and it's Rosario in at the 4-man position. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Thompson in the corner. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Down low. David. He doesn't hit that one. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Shoots. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. He has 5.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line.
And last year, this team was so composed at the line, they would love to repeat that success.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Here's Gray. 5 points in the game. And the layup falls. Gray's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, I love that. He comes off the pick and takes it right to the hole.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with him. And legs from going undrafted to becoming a three-point contest champion, you had to fight for your place in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, that's an understatement. Yes, undrafted in '88. I played in just about every league imaginable, including a year in France. Had a bunch of 10-day contracts early on, but I didn't get my first full-time NBA contract until 1993 with the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, your perseverance and tenacity definitely paid off.
Certainly didn't take no for an answer, I can tell you that.
Right wing. Unloads. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. He has 5.
Third quarter off to a great start offensively. That's 3 of their first 4 they've made.
For the tie, connects from three-point range. And this game is tied up now.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Takes the 3. It doesn't go for him. Gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. To the paint.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. They set the screen. From outside, off the mark. Gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Here he goes.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
At the line for 2, number 13.
And he makes the first. Both teams will make substitutions. Good on both. Being 43% from the field. Out to Thompson for the 3. The shot misses. 31%, not looking sharp offensively, to say the least. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And their defense has been significantly worse since halftime. They are going to have to make some adjustments.
And good that time.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
1:58 left in the third quarter of the game. From the baseline. That's short off the rim. Gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Holtz. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
Substitution on the court.
1:44 left in the third. Inside. He can't hit that time. Gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Down low. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Thompson with the rebound. Gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. And the pass goes out of bounds, and they'll turn it over.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
.51 seconds left in the third quarter. There's the screen. A 3-ball.
Ball is turned over. The ball goes to the away team. Substitution on the court.
.32 seconds left to play in the third. Over to the wing. From past the arc. It's not going to go for him. On a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. To stop the drought. Doesn't get it to drop for him. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Leading by a point. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, playing for one another. That's the definition of teamwork.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Launches a 3. Unable to get that one. Around 29% from the floor. Tough night for them all around on the offensive end. So with Thompson sitting on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
First personal foul, first team.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now.
Home team.
On the court, your home squad. All right, fans, get on your feet and make some noise for T-shirt time!
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
During that break, Coach Chauncey Billups had some advice for the team. Coach telling their team, this is a tight one. We need full effort defensively, 1 or 2 stops, and we will win this game. A coach preaching defense, a familiar tune.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. And the first one at the line is good. And he makes both free throws. Being a mediocre 41% in this one. Tries it from 9, and he connects with the jumper. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. A three-pointer is right on target.
A pretty free look for three-point range. The D forgot about him on that possession.
Well, that is a big bucket, a very important possession.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk.
Substitution on the court.
Home team on D. A 2-point game. From downtown, the shot missing. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. For three, doesn't go for him.
It's been a quiet game for him to this point on the offensive end, but the team has still played well enough to hold the lead.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Spins. Looking to get back on track here. Lays it up off the glass. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Launches it. No good on that one.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
No good from outside.
Well, if you take low percentage shots, you are going to have difficulty making them.
Who's watching you?
And that one is good.
Man, that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I'm surprised because he's a guy you have to key on for something like that. You can't let him get one that easy.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Off the glass.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Missed that time. That would have put him up. Gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
There's 1:59 left in the fourth quarter. And the layup is off. Gone ice cold from three-point land. 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Here's Gray. Does not go. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Misses the three. Gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Stolen away. And here's the fast break. And he lays that one in off on the breakaway.
Great effort and gets in a little razzle-dazzle at the end of that one.
Well, he had the spotlight. Why not add a little flair?
Here's Gray. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That one is off. And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Seconds left in the fourth.
Defensive rebounding is so important, and he fought for that one.
Five to shoot. And he does not hit. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
At the line for 2,
David. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he ends up making the second, and that puts them up by 5. And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
You have to be smart here. If they're successful, the foul has got to happen quickly.
The long shot, no good. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul, fourth team foul. At the line for two, number 9.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Guys, what's your take?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, you're going to have to play this out, take pride in every possession because they are critical at this point.
So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, and just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports as we present our player of the game.